The second day of the war, my dad was picked up by the FBI, as were hundreds of Japanese fathers, because they were not allowed to have American citizenship at that time. So my dad was in a separate camp in New Mexico. So we didn't see him for 2 years. The good part of the war, I met Elizabeth in camp, 11 years old. She happened to be in the same camp that we were. They took us from here to Santa Anita Racetrack, and we lived in the horse stables, and they had some tar paper barracks made, but the permanent camp was going to be in Arizona. So we lived there for about 6 months until the new camp was available in Arizona. We traveled to Poston, and here is this God-forsaken place, a huge desert area, just mesquite trees and bushes, and as far as you could see, nothing. But the military decided they wanted barbed wire fence all the way around the camp. They have machine gun towers about every 500 feet. And when we drove into this camp, I was wondering, my gosh, are we going to a concentration camp or what? But in a short time, the military realized the fence isn't doing anything. I mean, keeping you away from what? The Colorado River is about 4 miles down, which was our playground. And if you had energy to walk the desert for 4 miles, you got to the river. And that was really the goal of all of the young kids. Walk to the river and walk back. Carry a little lunch bag with a peanut butter sandwich in it, and that was your meal for the day. But while we were in camp, we helped build our own school, our own auditorium. In fact, we built our own swimming pool. And every block, there were 14 separate blocks, and each block had 14 barracks in them and a big mess hall. And so your block was contained within these areas. And fortunately for us, all of my uncles, including my dad and them, we owned restaurants during the war, before the war. So they became the chefs of the restaurants. And they took this food that the government was providing, and we did the best they could with it. But everyone wanted to come to our mess hall because the chef for my dad's restaurant made all the pastries. So the kids found out 322 is the block you want to have lunch or dinner, because they're going to have great pastries. The unit we lived in was just 4 walls, nothing in between. So you want privacy, you got to hang sheets between the beds if you felt you needed to separate the parents from the kids, sort of thing. All the furniture inside was you built yourself. Everybody bought a air conditioning cooler. You had to have that cooler. So, I mean, it was crazy, the heat. The block manager gave all the kids 4 salt pills to take every day, to counteract all the salt your body was losing. So it was certainly an adventure, to say the least.